When did I last decide to play out like we did? We're getting smarter. The farther and farther we go. All of the things we had. Farther and farther we go. I used to run, camp in the backyard, play in the sun. We couldn't wait to grow up, and we were young. All of the crazy things we thought we'd become. We were so young. Before mom and dad went gray, before my friends moved away, I never thought I'd feel this way, but before I knew what it meant to love somebody you can't get, and fight the voices in your head that tell you what. When did the simple things get so complicated? When did the future stop feeling so far? When did our lives decide to play out like they did? We're getting smarter, farther. Talking and holding it, so we thought it would last. All of the things we had, and I look back on the past someday. Maybe I'll laugh. We were so young. Before mom and dad went gray, before my friends moved away, I never thought I'd feel this way, but before I knew what it meant to try to love someone you can, fight the voices in your head and tell you what to do. When did the simple things get so complicated? When did the future stop feeling so low? When did I last decide to play out like baby? You get smarter, farther we go. Father, Father,
Hi, good afternoon. So for today, we will be discussing um, the application of Thevenin's theorem to networks with dependent sources. Ayan. Okay, class. So this one is quite different from. Yeah. Okay. So this one is quite different from a network with sources that are purely independent. Kasi ang gagawin lang natin doon is i-follow lang natin yung transformation to get in getting RTH and VTH. But for networks with dependent sources, meron tayong mga separate steps in determining RTH kasi hindi natin siya automatic na kayang i-compute yung RTH. So meron tayong mga assumptions na gagamitin. Ayan. So, okay. So the first one is, how do we get the RTH? Okay. To find the RTH, or the Thevenin's equivalent resistance, the first step is to turn off all independent sources and remove the load at terminals AB. It's the same as before. But this time, we are not to compute the total resistance. We will not to compute the total resistance across AB. Instead, we will apply or we will assume a current and a voltage source. Okay, so for the second step, we will apply a voltage or a current source across AB. We will assume a voltage of 1 volt or a current IO of 1 ampere. So it's up to you on which one to use. Okay, a voltage source or a current 1 ampere at terminals A and B, and determine the resulting current IO or VO or vice versa. Okay, then compute for RTH, and that is equal to VO over IO. Okay, we cannot get R equivalent Thevenin's equivalent resistance automatic by using series parallel or combination of resistors. Instead, we will apply a voltage or current across the terminals A and B. And then we will apply, if we apply voltage, we need to find a current flowing through it. If we will apply a current source, we will compute for the voltage across it. Or vice versa. Ayun. Okay, so yun lang naman ang special sa RTH with dependent sources. For VTH naman, it's the same. Remove the load at terminals A and B and solve for VTH using the method of analysis. So it's the same. Okay, so let's have this example. Ayan. I will remove it para mas makikita ko yung biniview ko. Okay, so we are given this circuit with a dependent source and an independent source dito. And for this problem, we are to find the Thevenin's equivalent circuit across AB. Okay, across AB. So since we have a dependent source, so we cannot just remove the sources and then compute for RTH across AB. Anong gagawin natin? So we will apply a voltage or a current source across AB. Hi class, what do you prefer? A current source or a voltage source? So I'll let you decide. Anong i-apply ko dito? A current or a voltage source. Siguro pa poll tayo, no? Let's see. So, which current source, voltage source. Ayan. Let's see. Okay, meron nang nanalo. Okay. Nanalo ay, sige, voltage source. Okay, 19 ang nagsabi ng voltage source. Influensyahan mo yata, Andre, no? Diamond, it means it's a dependent source. Pag bilog, it's an independent source. Pag diamond yung symbol, dependent. Pag bilog, independent. Okay. Now, to solve for RTH, okay, RTH natin is VO over IO. So, we have VO, which VO is 1. Okay. Next. Now, kailangan natin ng IO. So, IO is flowing in this direction. Okay, so, what is IO? Ayan, should be, okay, basta IO. IO is in this direction. Okay? Ngayon, ang dami naman pala niya. Apat na loop. O, sige. Okay lang. Parang mas maganda yata yung current source. Tama ba? Kasi if I will have a voltage source here, I will have so many loops for my, if I will do mesh analysis, I will have many loops. If current source siya, so that means the current here is equal to the current there. So we have this. So meron na akong dalawang loop. Tama ba? Pero anyway, yan ang pinili ninyo. Sige. Panindigan na lang natin. Sige, panindigan na lang natin na yan yung pinili natin. Ayan. Okay, now, how are we going to compute for the current here? Siyempre, yung pinakamadali, mesh analysis, di ba? Sige, so, let's have I1, apat, I2, I3, I4. Ayan. But we can conclude that I1 is equal to 5 amperes. And Vx is equal to 4 times I1 minus I3. Or that's equal to 4 times 5 minus I3. Or that's equal to 20 minus 4 I3. So that's our Vx. Okay, so let's have KVL at I2. So I'll have negative 2Vx plus 2 times I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. But Vx is negative 2 times 20 minus 4i3 plus 2i2 minus 2i3 is equal to 0. So negative 40 plus 8i3 plus 2i2 minus 2i3 is 0. So I'll have 2i2 minus 2i3 is 10. 10i3, tama ba? 10i3 is equal to 40. So this is our first equation. I want 6, 8, oh, positive 6. Positive 6. I3. Ayan. Okay. 6i3. So, let's continue. Yung drawing ko pala. Ay. So let's have KVL at I3. So I'll have 4 times I3 minus I1 plus 2 times I3 minus I2 plus 6 times I3 minus I4 is equal to 0. Ang dami pala nito. So this is, okay, so this is I3. I1 is 5, so 4i3 minus 20 plus 2i3 minus 2i2 plus 6i3 minus 6i4 is equal to 0. So i2 muna. So i2 is negative 2i2. Yung i3, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 2, and 6. So we have 12. So plus 12 i3 minus 6i4 is equal to 20. So this is our second equation. Okay. And the last one, KVL at I4. So I'll have 6 I4 minus I3 plus 2 I4 plus 1 is equal to 0. So I'll have negative 6 I3 plus 8 I4 is equal to negative 1. So this is our third equation. Okay, so we have three equations with three unknowns. Ayan, three equations with three unknowns. Okay, so para mas mabilis sa time computation, so let's just use yung equation 5. So therefore, what's I1? Okay, I1, I2, and I3. Ulitin na naman natin ito niyan. Ay. Ako. Para sa VTH. Okay, so I1 is, ay sorry, I2 pala, I3 and I4. So I2 is 41 over 6. I3, 79 over 18. And I4 is 19 over 6. Therefore, IO is equal to 19 over 6. So RTH is equal to 1 over 19 over 6. That's equal to 6 over 19 ohms. Tama ba? Wait. Mali yata ginawa ko. Bakit ganyan ang sagot natin? Hmm. Plus 1. Hi, class. Wait. Alam ko na saan ako nagkamali. Kailangan ulitin. Ay, nako. So, 2. I shouldn't have included 5 amperes. Ang ginawa ko ay pang VTH na. So, for RTH, kaya pala, okay yung sagot ko. Ayan. Ulitin natin. Okay? So I shouldn't have included the 5 ohm. So ito lang palang gagawin natin. We have I1, I2, and I3. Now to get the RTH, that's equal to VO over IO. Eh, given na tayo ng VO, that's 1. Compute for RTH. So let's have the KVL at 1. Okay, so that's equal to negative 2Vx plus 2 times I1 minus I2 is 0. But Vx natin is equal to 4 I2. Kaya lang, it's based on the drawing, it's positive, negative. So Vx should be negative 4 I2. Tama ba? Negative 4 I2. Okay. Ayan. So this is negative 2 times negative 4 I2 plus 2I1 minus 2I2 is 0. That's 8 I2 plus 2I1 minus 2I2 is 0. So we'll have 2I1 plus 6I2 is 0. So this is our first equation. Okay, KVL at I2 should be 4I2 plus 2I2 minus I1 plus 6 I2 minus I3 is 0. So this is 2I2 minus 2I1, 6I2 minus 6I3. So this should be negative 2I1 plus 12I2 minus 6I3 is equal to 0. So this is our second equation. Okay, KVL at I3, it's 6I3 minus I2 plus 2I3 plus 1 is equal to 0. So that's a negative 6I2 plus 8I3 is equal to negative 1. So this is our third equation. So by equation 5, 2, what's I2, I1, I2, and I3. Let's have the three equations. We'll have 2, 6, 0, 0. Negative 2, 12, negative 6, 0. Negative 6, 8, sorry, 0, negative 6, 8, negative 1. Okay, so I1 is 1 over 6. I2 is negative 1 over 18 amperes. And I3 is negative 1 over 6 amperes. Okay, kaya lang dapat, ang current pala natin dito, since ito ay nandito yung positive, so dapat ang current nating IO is in this direction. Forgot that one. Ayan. Okay, so therefore, we can conclude that IO is equal to negative I3. So IO is equal to positive 1 over 6 amperes. Ayan. So therefore, RTH is equal to 1 over 6 or 6 ohms. Okay. Okay, so let me redraw the drawing again because we'll be needing it to compute for RTH. Yung ginawa ko kanina pang RTH, ulitin ko pa ba? Ay, sige, ulitin ko na lang. Okay. So now that we have yung RTH natin, so ito naman ang susunod. Ayan. Okay, so kailangan natin kunin yan. Ano ang VTH? So what is the voltage across AB? So that will be our VTH. Ayan. Okay, so again, so we can use mesh analysis. Okay, so hindi na natin isasama yung mesh analysis dito sa part na to kasi this one is an open circuit. We only need to find the voltage across AB. Okay, so tsaka tayo mag-KVL dito sa part na to, or pwede nating assume na yung voltage across 6 is equal to VTH kasi there's no current flowing through 2 ohms. Wala namang current dyan, so no need to include the voltage across here. So we can assume that the VTH is equal to the voltage across 6 ohms. And same lang naman din. So let's just use mesh analysis. And so this is I1, I2, and I3. Kaya. Okay, so we can conclude that I1 is equal to 5 amperes and Vx is equal to 4 times I1 minus I3. That is 4 times 5 minus I3 or 20 minus 4 I3. Okay, so let's have KVL at I2. Okay, so that's negative 2Vx plus 2 times I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. That's negative 2 times 20 minus 4I3 plus 2I2 minus 2I3 is 0. Okay, so we'll have 2I2 8 plus 6I3 is equal to 40. So this is our first equation. And KVL at I2, I3 would be 4 times I3 minus 5 plus 2 I3 minus I2 plus 6 I3 is equal to 0. So, unahin natin I2. So, I2 is negative 2 I2 4, 6, 12. So plus 12 I3 is equal to 20. So this is our second equation. So using equation 5, your calculus, so what is I2 and I3? Node 5, 1. Okay, so I2 is 10 amperes and I3 is 10 over 3 amperes. Okay, equation 5, 1 of your calculus. Para lang mabilis tayo. Okay, and that means, okay, class, so what should be our VTH? So, based dito sa analysis natin, ang VTH is equal to 6I3. Ayan. So, that's equal to 6 times 10 over 3. That's equal to, okay, so 20. 20 volts. Ayan, 20 volts. Now, we can draw now. Therefore, our equivalent circuit is 20 volts and a resistance of 6 ohms. So we can write this whole network equal to this one. Okay, using Thevenin's theorem. Okay, any question? I3 dito. Dito, I3. Noel. Kasi ang kinukuha natin is yung VTH dito. So, kung mag-KVL kasi tayo dito, parang wala namang effect din yung 2 ohms dahil open circuit ito, wala namang current sa 2 ohms. So, ang matitira is yung i-KVL natin, yun na lang voltage sa 6 ohms. Okay? Okay, so let's have another example. Okay, same requirements. Okay, we are to find the equivalent, Thevenin's equivalent circuit of this network. Okay, so we have a current source, and 1 ohm resistance, and then 2 ohms resistance. Ayan. Okay. So for this one, so what we have an independent source. So ano ang i-add natin? A voltage source or a current source? Wait. May kulang. So there palang 1 ohm dito. Ayan, 1 ohm. Okay, what if we try a current source? Or sige, voltage source na lang din. Okay, so let's add the voltage source. Plus minus. So this is a 1 volt. And we are to find IO. Ayan, IO. Okay, but ay ba't pala din drawing? Ba't ko din drawingan? So if we will do that, we will not include this drawing because this one will be open. Tama ba? So it should not be used, not included for RTH. Ayan. So we'll not include this one for RTH. So ito lang yung magiging circuit natin, yung dalawang yun. Okay, so ganun pa rin ang gagawin natin. So we'll apply a mesh analysis. So mesh I1 and this one is I2. Sandali, ba't ganun? Ha. Ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Wait, let me check the drawing. Tama naman. They probably can be solved using that one. Ano ito drawing ko? Okay. So it should be a voltage source. No. It should not be IX. So it's VX. Yeah, it's a VX. Yeah. Okay. So we'll not include this part as kasi tatanggalin natin yung independent sources. This one is this is 0.2 Vx. This is negative, positive. Plus minus Vx. Ayan. Okay, so let's have the part mesh analysis. So KVL at I1. So we have 2I1 plus 1I1 minus 0.2 Vx plus 1 I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. Okay, so let's simplify. So this is 2I1 plus I1 minus 0.2 times, what's Vx? That's 2. That's negative 2I1. Kasi if you will get Vx, so Vx is in this direction, so that will be 2 negative 2I1 plus I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. So that will be 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 2 times 0.2. 3.4. 3.4 I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. So this is our first equation. Tama ba? 2 plus 1 minus 0.2 times negative 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 minus 0.2 times negative 2 plus 1. Okay, it's not 3.4, it's 4.4. Okay, next, KVL at I2. So that is 1 times I2 minus I1 plus I2 plus 1 is equal to 0. So this is negative I1 plus 2I2 is equal to negative 1. So this is equal to 0. Equal to second equation. Okay, so that will be, mag-equation na lang ko. So I1 and I2. 5, 1. It's a negative 5 over 17 amperes and negative 11 over 17 amperes. Ayan. So therefore, our RTH is equal to VO over IO, wherein, what's our IO? Okay, IO is equal to negative I2. So that's equal to negative of negative 11 over 17. So IO is equal to 11 over 17 amperes. So this is equal to 1 over 11 over 17. So that's equal to 17 over 11 ohms. Yeah. It's a repeating number. Okay, next one is for VTH. Now let me return the drawing. Let me redraw the whole thing again. One ohm. Okay, so this time we'll just get the voltage across AB. And the voltage across AB. So, if you'll assume it again, if you'll get the voltage across 1 ohm here, we'll get VTH because there's no current flowing through 1 ohm dito. Okay? Since wala namang current na nag-flow dito, so that means kung anong voltage dito sa 1 ohm na to, siya din yung VTH natin. Ayan. So again, we will just have KVL, KCL, mesh analysis. So we'll have this as our I1, I2. Ayan. So we can conclude that I1 is equal to 2 amperes. So therefore, our KVL at I2, so that's equal to, sandali. Ano ba yung Vx natin yan? So Vx will be 2 times I1 minus I2. So that's equal to 2 times 2 minus I2, or Vx is equal to 4 minus 2 I2. Okay, so KVL at I2, so that will be 2 times I2 minus 2 plus I2 minus 0.2 Vx plus 1 I2 is equal to 0. Okay, so 2 I2 minus 2 plus I2 minus 0.2 times 4 minus 2 I2. plus I2 is equal to 0. Excuse me. Okay, so what's the value of I2? Simplify ko ba? 2, 2, 3, 2I2 minus 4 plus I2 minus, what's 0.2 times 4? 0.8 plus 0.4 I2 plus I2 is equal to 0. So we'll have 2 plus 1 plus 0.4 plus 1. Wait, again, it's 4.4. So 4.4 I2 is equal to 4.8. Tama ba? 4, negative 4, negative 0.8. So I2 is 12 over 11 amperes. Ayan. So therefore, what's a V of TH? So that's equal to, yan, yun dito. 1 times 11, 12 over 11. So that's equal to still 12. 12 over 11 volts. Okay, so therefore, our equivalent circuit is 12 over 11 volts. And this one is 17 over 11 amperes. Ayan. Okay? Sometimes it's easier if it's a current source rather than a voltage source. So it depends kung ano yung gusto niyong gamitin. Kasi sagot, pareho naman yung magiging sagot. Okay, so class on Monday. On Monday, walang pasok. On Monday, walang pasok. Nag-announce na sila. So walang mga activities, walang mga deadlines, walang mga lectures, walang mga tests sa Monday. So hindi tayo magkikita sa Monday. Meron ba yung deadline sa Monday? I am checking your activities. Your deadlines are today. Nag-pass na ba kayo ng activity 6, 7, and 8? Okay, so most of you, nag-pass na ng mga activities. Okay, so ang hindi available, hindi pa lang nagpa-pass ay hindi pa pala lahat. Hanggang activity 9. Hindi, lecture. Okay, so anyway, marami pa rin hindi nagpa-pass ng 6, 7, 8. So yung 9, ngayon pa lang yata. Ngayon pala ba yung 9? Ano ba yung 9? Okay, 9 is... Not sure. Ayun. Ano ba yung 9? Hindi ko na alam kung ano yung 9. Okay. So kung ito yung topic sa 9, ayaw nga no. Oo nga no. Sa experiment 4. sige. Lahat ng activity will be sa Friday na lang next week. Okay? So, your deadlines for Monday are moved to next week, Friday. Ayan. So, yung experiment 4 nyo ay, sige, mamaya. Mamaya ko na lang mamayang hapon na pala. So, mamaya mga 5, i-message ko si Sir para humingi ng code. Okay, so, teka, papalitan ko na yung, baka makalimutan ko pa. So, yung deadline niyo ng Monday, i-move ko na lang ng Friday. Ayan, na-move ko na. So, yung deadline nyo ng experiment 4 ba yun? Experiment 5? Oh, 4 ba? Akala ko 5. Ayaw nga, no? Sige. So, Friday. Hindi naman tayo makakapag-experiment. Okay, so your deadline will be on the 16th. And then, ayun. Ayan. So, nabago ko na. So, deadline is next Friday. Alam mo pa mo, no? Hindi pa ba tayo nag-experiment 5? 201? Ay, hindi pa ba? Publish ko na muna. Totoo. Hindi pa ba? Ganun ba, Dracy? Oo, lagi kasing walang pasok Monday. Naku. Magdo-double experiment na naman tayo sa next Monday. Ayan, so na-move ko na yung deadline ng activities ninyo ay next Friday na. Okay, hindi tayo mag-meet sa Monday, pero madali lang naman yung lesson natin for next week. Yung Nortons. Yung Nortons kabaliktaran lang siya ng parang source transformation lang siya ng Thevenins. Okay? So, wala kang questions. So, that's it for today. Good day. Yes, Lee Jan. Yung activity 9, yeah, Friday na din next week. Yes. Next week na din. Or extend ko pa ba? Extend ko pa ba yun? Sige, gawin kong Monday. Teka. Activity 9. Okay, so gawin ko siyang 19. Baka hindi naman kasi kayo magpareho ng The deadline is October 19. Available until 23. Ayan. Okay, so activity 9 is next Monday. Juvie, it's next Monday. Tama ba ako? October 19. Yes. Ah. Kasi may test kayo next week. Okay, so I got to class. Kailangan ko nang umalis. O sige. See you next Wednesday. Okay.